Good morning. It's Saturday, May 21st, 2022, and I'm back with another twin flame reading. I'm Brittany. I'm a psychic and a healer. So with that being said, let's jump into the Divine Feminine section of the reading. So yeah, remember use she for Divine Feminine and he for Divine Masculine respectively. So if you use different pronouns, then please use them. So yeah, let's shuffle for Divine Feminine. So the first card out for Divine Feminine is Eight of Swords. So I feel like Divine Feminine feels very anxious right now. I feel like this anxiety is pretty much her being uncertain about the course of her future. And I feel like it's still Divine Feminine's doing pretty good for herself. But I feel like there's a lot of thoughts that are coming up. I feel like a lot of self-defeating thoughts. And this is because of Mercury retrograde. So I feel like Divine Feminine is being called to go within for the time being. And you also see that the Crown Chakra activation is going on for Divine Feminine. And these Crown Chakra activations are helping Divine Feminine see things from a higher perspective. So I feel like Divine Feminine is a little bit reluctant to trust the Divine because she doesn't exactly see the Divine plan. She's questioning it at the moment. And I feel like that she may be a little bit pessimistic at this point. And I feel as though, yeah, Divine Feminine is a little bit disillusioned. So I feel like Divine Feminine, you just need to find that spark again. That spark where you can, of inspiration, of hope. And the next card is the Five of Rupees. So I feel like Divine Feminine is leaving behind situations that no longer serve her. I feel like Divine Feminine may have been left out in the cold by either the Divine Masculine or some person she thought was going to be there for her, probably a soulmate. She probably thought it was a soulmate, but she ended up being, I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is picking herself back up. She is realizing that her worth is not dependent on how other people see her. And I feel like she is I also feel like Divine Feminine is also a little bit was very unwise of spending money, and now she's seeing that she wants to be more strategic when it comes to actually making sure that her money doesn't exactly slip away. So I feel like Divine Feminine is being a little bit more organized. She's being more careful, and I feel like again she's weighing. She may not be the most business savvy, but Divine Feminine is saying, you know what, that it's okay if I make risk and they don't pay out the way I think they do. So yeah, I feel like Divine Feminine may have been harsh on herself in the past for not foreseeing these pitfalls, but I see now Divine Feminine is saying it is what it is, I guess. And I also feel that Divine Feminine, you may have gotten into an argument with your father. I feel like again you may have father wounds that are coming up, and it could also be mother wound. So I feel like Divine Feminine is also clearing a lot of familial templates, especially the mother wound and father wound. And I feel like that maybe the mother may have abandoned you, maybe the father, but maybe both of them weren't exactly there the way you want them to be. And I feel like Divine Feminine is actually doing a lot of evaluation. She's saying, hang on, this comes from so-and-so parents. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is having new revelations all the time. And the next card is the Six of Rupees. But I feel like Divine Feminine is also nipping people-pleasing tendencies in the bud. I feel like Divine Feminine may have actually believed that she was on the people-pleaser, but now she's seeing, wow, I still have those people-pleasing tendencies. I didn't think so. So I feel like Divine Feminine feels a renewed sense of purpose right now, that she can do more and more healing. And she's taking a break for her healing for a little bit, because I think she was getting overwhelmed, and now she's saying, you know what, I think it's time to dive in. But I feel like Divine Feminine is trying to see what exactly she needs to heal first, because she's not going to jump in and just heal things at random. She needs to see a pattern. So I feel like Divine Feminine, I also feel as though you're actually spreading yourself too thin. You may actually have children, and I feel like, again, maybe anything can happen when it comes to children. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, you just have to take care of yourself first if you're a mom. If you're not a mom, then I feel like you may be working long hours and not exactly giving the time you need to yourself. So I feel like, again, you may be feeling a little bit ungrounded. I also see throat chakra issues coming up. So I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is finding her voice again. She's probably muted it for whatever reason, but I feel like she's getting back in touch with her voice because she realizes her voice is an identity and she does not want to lose her identity again. So I also see that Divine Feminine is also clinging on to her strong sense of self. So she wants to be fair by all people involved. but she doesn't want to be a people pleaser either. So I feel like, again, this is a little bit conundrum. To be or not to be? That is a question for Divine Feminine. And I also see that there's also Divine Feminine may have options. So I feel like, again, you may actually be seeing two men, or you could actually have a sort of a love triangle at that moment. So I feel like Divine Feminine is also, yeah, I also feel as though there's a soulmate in Divine Feminine's life. So I do see like a 6 of bottles, so reconciliation. So I feel like maybe Divine Feminine may have been reconciled with a soulmate or a twin flame. It doesn't have to be. I also see for Divine Feminine that I feel like that maybe she's actually just 6 of bottles could mean clearing childhood wounds. So I feel like, again, it's mostly father wounds that are coming out for Divine Feminine. And for the yeah, I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is learning how to provide for herself healthily. She's not going to tear down a man anymore just to prove that she is worth something. And Divine Feminine is like saying, you know what? I'm going to respect the masculine energy, but only divine masculine energy. I refuse to respect karmic masculine energy. And I think that's a wise choice, Divine Feminine. And I feel like, again, you feel calm. Irrationally calm, maybe don't. Sometimes you can feel a little bit anxious. And I feel like your anxiety isn't exactly flaring up anymore, Divine Feminine. I feel like you have some degree of control over it. And kudos to you. I feel like that maybe you've been doing some sort of visualization or meditation that has helped tons. So I feel like that Divine Feminine also is I also feel as though she has a lot of feelings coming out from like childhood, probably a lot of anger. And I feel like, again, Divine Feminine is actually being one with her anger. So I feel like she's actually observing it at the moment. She's not exactly making any adjustments. She's just being there for herself. And I also see that Divine Feminine is trying to remain strong throughout this. But I feel like, again, Divine Feminine, that you don't have to remain strong. It's just you. So you can just break down if you want to. Because, again, I know this is not exactly easy. And the next card is the King of Wands in reverse. But I feel like, again, yeah, there's a lot of anger coming up for Divine Feminine. There is a lot of frustration. I feel like this is like the mistreatment that she has endured at the hands of the Divine Masculine. And I feel like Divine Feminine blames herself. Divine Feminine, I feel like, again, there is like a pattern that is repeating for childhood, a father wound. And I feel like, again, maybe you repress this in memory. And I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine, that it will be well. And that it's okay to, like, I feel like the moment you're trying to control the situation, but just don't control it. Just be there for yourself. Be present. Be still. And I feel like, again, maybe you've... I also see that Divine Feminine is also getting in touch with her sexuality. So I feel like, again, but I feel like that is more of a karmic feminine. So I feel like Divine Feminine, you just have to clear that relationship to your sexuality. That's only for a few of you, but for the most of you, I feel like, again, this is like a sense of inadequacy. I feel into the thirst to prove yourself. And I feel like, again, yeah, it's just Divine Feminine is clearing, getting rid of the karmic masculine templates that she's still running on. And the next card is the King of Rupees. But I feel like Divine Feminine is doing well for herself when it comes to her mission and work. She's actually, I feel like she may have gotten a promotion. She may have gotten a pay raise. I also feel as though Divine Feminine is also... I feel like someone has manifested a house, so I feel like Divine Feminine is probably going to move into this house. She may have been looking for a house for months. I feel like, again, there's a house being manifested, and Divine Feminine, I feel like, again, you just have to be a little bit more attentive to your details, because I feel like you're letting things slip right now. But I feel like, again, you just have a lot on your mind, but just remember, just be present, and just be in the moment. And I also feel as though, yeah, I feel like that maybe you've been thinking about starting a business, and I feel like it's going to be successful. But I feel like Mercury retrograde at the moment would actually interfere with said business. So just wait until after retrograde if you're thinking about doing a business for you. For those of you who are doing a business, I feel like, again, maybe there could be business could be a little bit slow and you're like worried about money. But don't worry, it will pick up, because sometimes there are just, you have off days, you have off weeks, and just be patient with yourself. And the next card is the Ten of Swords. And I feel like Divine Feminine is very tired of a way of being. She feels really depressed. She feels a lot of heavy energy. It could be around certain times in the day, but she's like saying, I feel so good. She's wondering it could be divine masculine, but I feel like divine feminine, you just have a lot of unhappiness stored within, and I feel like you're just going through some cleansing. I also feel like organs, so I feel like again the liver is being cleansed, so I feel like divine feminine just letting go of a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. So you could be crying a lot, you may feel defeated, you may want to lay in bed, you also may you may feel tired. Divine feminine, just be there for yourself. Again, be there for yourself. If you don't be there for yourself, then you could have a meltdown. Again, there's a lot of it. These energies are so intense because of Mercury retrograde. And I feel like Mercury retrograde, Gemini, it's in Gemini. So I feel like, again, divine feminine communication may be a little bit of a problem for you. You may not know how to articulate your feelings. And that's okay because, again, you're just learning how to be you, divine feminine. You're becoming your authentic self, and there's no rules. Yes, stop going by an instruction manual. Don't go by the book. Just be there. And the next card is the Seven of Wands. So I do feel as though divine feminine, 777 could be a number sequence you're seeing, 1010. I'm also hearing 111, 666. But I feel like, again, divine feminine, maybe you may be a little bit too overly focused on other things. I do feel as though, again, divine feminine, you may be feeling the need to persevere through such trials. I feel like, again, maybe you feel as you're being a little bit stricter to yourself, and you're like saying, you know what, I could do better than this, because I feel like divine feminine is pushing yourself a little bit too hard. And I do feel as though if you're not careful, divine feminine, you may get sort of a not jet lag. The word is like maybe maybe meltdown's the best word. I also feel as though divine feminine, just be there for yourself emotionally, because this is kind of a tempestuous time for you. And I do feel as though, I know that you don't want to be in your emotions right now, but I feel as though if you don't exactly acknowledge these emotions, then it's going to be harder. So I feel like, again, this is the calm before the storm. And don't try to control the storm. Just be one with the storm. Learn how to dance in the rain. Don't just wait for the storm to pass, divine feminine. And the next card is the Queen of Bottles in reverse. So I do see that divine feminine is actually, I feel like she's trying to be cold at the moment. She's trying to be composed. She's trying to act like she doesn't feel anything. But I feel like divine feminine, it's just fear, just fear. And I feel like that you just don't want to walk around like a basket case anymore. You have done so much healing, and you just say, I feel better, I want to be me again. And then you're feeling the emotions, and then going to the up highs and lows of said emotions. You're saying, you know what, I just want to be me again. And you're wondering, why exactly can't I be me? You're I just don't want to be a basket case anymore. And I feel like divine feminine, that it's just Mercury retrograde, and you just feel a lot of frustration. You feel a lot of irritation with your situation with your twin flame. You feel a lot of irritation because you feel as though things can go faster. But again, I just feel like it's your anxiety just getting better, you divine feminine. And I feel as though, you just have to cling on to, you just have to light up the brazier in your heart, the brazier that would hold the flames of hope. So you just need hope. Just remember that, divine feminine, that you are your own light, and you just don't extinguish your light for anyone. And I also feel as though, don't extinguish your light because you feel as though you can't brave this darkness. You can. You have braved the darkness many times before. Each lesson is unique. The more you upgrade, the harder the lessons do get, or probably the more intricate they get. And I feel like, again, divine feminine, you're just bypassing duality right now. I feel like, again, you may have this template of good versus evil, bad versus good, maybe fair, unfair. So I feel as though you're bypassing that duality and seeing the world in shades of gray. You're not exactly seeing things in black and white anymore, and that's a good thing. And I feel like, again, divine feminine just feel a little bit addictive right now, probably a little bit crazy. And I feel like, again, this is very much her karmic feminine being purged. So I feel like, again, divine feminine, just be patient with yourself. You've done a lot of work. And the next one is Eight of Bottles. But I feel like divine feminine wants to walk away from the journey at the moment, because she's not exactly she doesn't like the fact that it just overrules her. So I feel like divine feminine, you just have to change your mindset and realize that the journey is a part of you. It's, you have to accept it, that I don't think that you're, just accept this, just accept that you can't go back to normal or whatever you feel is normal, because normalcy is overrated. And I also feel for divine feminine, she may want to move. I feel like that maybe she wants to move probably across probably state, could be country, province, county. And I just see she just wants a new beginning. She wants to actually just I feel like, again, divine feminine, you may need to go on a vacation. You've been working yourself too often. So again, just take time out to yourself. I feel like that maybe you need to cleanse the spirit. Someone needs to drink a lot more water, because I feel like, again, headaches are happening. And I also feel as though, yeah, divine feminine, you just got to ground yourself. Ground yourself. And the second to last card is the Ace of Bottles. But I feel like, again, divine feminine, you may have had a love interest come in. And I feel like they see you as very ethereal, very mystical, and very mysterious. They see you as quite psychic. And I feel like it's going really well with them. But you feel as though, yeah, there's a strong friendship here. And there's a strong bond. And I feel like this could be your main, yeah, this is definitely a soulmate connection. But you're wondering why exactly isn't it going faster. And if, again, divine feminine, stop just, even if it's a soulmate relationship, a relationship is a relationship. Enjoy it. Know that it's a pleasure to feel love. You feel love it up. Why exactly do you need to categorize it? You're going to get your heart broken again. And just don't exactly hold expectations anymore. Just know that it's just fortunate to feel love. And few people have ever felt love so deeply and truly. And I feel like, again, divine feminine, you are shining your light. You are helping other divine feminines. I feel like, again, this brings you joy. And I feel like, again, also divine feminine, yeah, I just see cleanse your spirit, raise your vibration. So I feel like, again, maybe you need to eat more fruit. Maybe you need to, yeah, I feel like, again, a balanced diet. And I also see, yeah, I feel like, again, downloads are coming in when it comes to divine masculine. I feel like you're being tested right now. So don't I mean, even if it's true, just let it be and just go with the flow. And you are water, divine feminine. Remember that you are just, yeah, you could be as calm as the sea or as fierce as the ocean. So water is malleable because you're the creator of your own reality. And the last card is Queen of Wands in reverse. So I feel like, again, divine feminine, yeah. I feel like that, yeah. I do feel like that maybe there could be a lot of frustration right now. So, yeah. For you, divine feminine, I feel that maybe you may be having trouble manifesting, but I feel like, again, once you cleanse your spirit and raise your vibration, the manifestation will happen again. I just feel like you're just having like an off moment at this point, divine feminine. It's not, don't take it personally. So yeah, that is it for divine feminine. So let's see what's going on with divine masculine. Yeah. The first card out for divine masculine is Ten of Cups. So I feel like he is seeing divine feminine from afar right now. And I feel like, yeah, he's stalking her on social media. And he sees her as her wish fulfillment. Divine masculine is like saying, wow, divine feminine has all of her ducks in a row. She has everything together. She might not be the richest person, but she is definitely growing. So I feel like divine masculine sees divine feminine's worth. But he's a little bit reluctant to approach her right now for fear of what she might say. He needs exactly a plan, but I feel like divine masculine's like very crazy right now because he's seen divine feminine's living her life. I feel like that he knows about the soulmate, but he doesn't exactly have an opinion right at the moment. When he fell out, he was ballistic, but I feel like, again, he's like saying divine feminine is not going to exactly yeah, he feels as though divine feminine feels the same way about him that he feels about her, and there's nothing that's going to get between them. But he does see that he does have hope that they will reconcile one day, and he wants to have a happy home with her, and to actually have a family, and to actually have abundance, because he does see as this connection worth investing in. But yeah, but divine masculine, is doing some shadow work right now. I feel like this shadow work is helping him see that he has been very distorted. His perception has been skewed, and he's seeing that he has to change, but he doesn't know how to change. And if he doesn't like the way his reflection is, and I feel like again, Divine Masculine is going within to actually see what the heck is why exactly is he so triggered. I feel like again, he thinks that Divine Feminine is soulmate is not going to he thinks that Divine Feminine is going to choose him over the soulmate, but I feel like again, Divine Masculine is not certain because there's been so much time, and I feel like he's doubting the love Divine Feminine has for him. He thinks that if she does move on with someone, that that her love for him is not true. And I feel like again, some part of him is like saying, well, it is what it is, and he's like saying, you know what, Divine Feminine is my dream woman, my ideal woman. So I feel like again, he knows that Divine Feminine is the one for him, but he doesn't exactly know how to make it express this to her. He feels as though too much time has gone by, and that he's just, if he goes toward her right now, that she's going to reject him, and he doesn't exactly know how to handle that. And the next card is the Tower in reverse. So I feel like Divine Masculine is resisting, I feel like he's resisting his Tower moment, because I feel like Divine Masculine is in a Tower moment. He's being shown that, I feel like the soulmate and Divine Feminine getting closer is triggers him. But he's like thinking, you know what? He's trying to overthink it and just say, you know what, she's not going to do anything. And I feel like again, Divine Masculine, as I saying, he's very secure, like very thinking that this is not going to last. But I feel like he's very jealous as well and very possessive. He wants to remove the competition. But I feel like again, he's trying to deny his darker feelings because he doesn't want people to know that he feels so strongly for Divine Feminine. Because I feel like people are trying to tell him that Divine Feminine is not good for him. She's too weird. She's too eccentric. She would just make him look bad. She would devalue him. She would and that I feel like again they're trying to tell him. They're trying to get him to marry the Karma, but he's not going to marry the Karma because he loves Divine Feminine. And I feel like the Karma may be pushing for marriage, but I don't think the Divine Masculine is going to give in because he's adamant about not marrying her. And I feel like again, I also feel as though he wants to relocate, but I do see at the moment that he's like up in the air about that because he just doesn't know if it's a good idea. It seemed like a good idea at the moment, but I just feel like again, Divine Masculine is being told to actually stop playing house and to actually look at his life and see what exactly he needs to change. And I feel like Divine Masculine's trying not to worry about it, but he can't exactly stop worrying about Divine Feminine. I feel like he's worried about Divine Feminine because I feel like Divine Feminine, he doesn't exactly know what's going on with her, so I feel like he wants to actually help her at this moment, but he doesn't exactly know if she'll be receptive, but he feels very protective over her. And I feel like he might actually be going to his sidekick and wondering what to do about the situation, but he's doing this hush hush hush. Again, Divine Masculine doesn't exactly have all the options. He's trying to control this connection too, so I feel like there's some mirroring here. And the next card is the Five of Cups. But he feels as though by the time he gets to Divine Feminine, it will be too late, and he will have to mourn their relationship. And he's starting to see that he doesn't want to run the risk of her. Yeah, so I feel like again, he's so on the fence about the divine this soulmate. He's like saying she really likes him, and but would she choose? He's like, no, but he won't choose her over him over me. And he's like, wait, what if she does choose him over me? And I feel like again, there's like a lot of anxiety right now, and a lot of I feel like Divine Masculine's paranoid, and I also see that he's also he's martyring himself, saying that it will be his fault. And I feel like he's trying to choose not to do nothing right now because he doesn't exactly have all the facts now. So he can't exactly make a proper plan. And he doesn't want to make a plan based on emotion. So I feel like he's trying to restrain himself at the moment. So I also see that he feels as though Divine Feminine, though, he's not exactly sure about how she feels about him anymore. He seems like she's cold, distant, and uninterested in him. And he's like very heartbroken about that. And he's like thinking, is it my fault? But he's like, no, it's just a way of time. Like, I always knew she was going to get over him eventually, and that she was just in love with the idea with me. But I feel like Divine Masculine is exactly dissatisfied about it. He's very dissatisfied, not exactly. He doesn't want to lose Divine Feminine. But he doesn't exactly know how to break out of the situation and be with her. He doesn't even know how to rearrange his life to make that even possible. And the next card is the Three of Wands reversed. So I feel like Divine Masculine feels like he's in a he's at the mercy of his own tower moment right now. He's not exactly sometimes he goes with them for like some things, but not when it comes to fixing his life. So he's just saying that he's a victim of circumstances. So he's still in a victim mentality right now. And he doesn't exactly feel the need to break free anymore. He feels like it is what it is. Like, his life is already set and there's nothing he can do about it. And he's like saying, you know what? I messed up my chance of Divine Feminine a long time ago. Why exactly am I still here? So I feel like, again, he does have love for her. But I feel like his hatred is even deeper than his love at the moment. So I feel like he's not exactly making a move, because Divine Masculine, he's just so tired of his whole situation. He doesn't exactly have any energy to get to the karmic anymore. It's just like, if they talk, it's just minimal. And I feel like the karmic is trying to heal the relationship with Divine Masculine's like saying, you know what, he's just distant right now. I also see that there's the Ace of Wands. But I feel like Divine Masculine, I feel like he still has passion for Divine Feminine. He fantasizes about her. And I feel like he actually even dreams of her sexually. So I also feel as though, I feel like he's manifesting this connection anyhow. And he really does want Divine Feminine. But he feels as though, they live in two different worlds. And I feel like he's thinking about sending her a message. But I feel like he holds back at the moment because he just doesn't know what to say. And plus, I feel like he might try to communicate to Divine Feminine secretly, probably through Instagram. I feel like he knows that Divine Feminine keeps tabs on him, but he's not exactly sure how often she checks on him. He always checks on her, and I also feel as though Divine Masculine is like saying, you know what, maybe I should just let Divine Feminine go. And I feel like, again, he's looking into this connection. He's trying to figure out why exactly is this so overwhelming. I feel like some have actually figured out it's a twin flame connection, but they don't understand what it means. They don't exactly have the spiritual knowledge that Divine Feminine has. So I feel like they're just taking it with a grain of salt. And the next card is the Five of Pentacles. But I feel like they want to walk away from the connection with Divine Feminine. It is too intense for them. And they feel as though it's better off if they leave things unresolved. But they know in their heart that they can't do that. But they feel so powerless because they don't exactly know what to do. And I also feel as though Divine Feminine would just be better off with the soulmate. So it's better they just don't do anything. But I feel like Divine Masculine is listening to its ego at the moment. And I feel like Divine Masculine is also I feel like that his if he's a business owner, if he's a businessman, I feel like, again, Divine Masculine is having trouble with him financially. I feel like that maybe he's been made some very, he made what he thought were gambits, but I feel like they ended up being disastrous and backfiring on him. So now Divine Masculine is like, you know what? I feel like he's frustrated. He feels like a failure. And I feel like he wants to leave his own situation, but I feel like he just wants to leave everything right now. He wants to quit. He wants to run. And Divine Masculine feels as though he's not good enough. He feels like everything he does ends up not working. And Divine Masculine has been very frustrated with himself because things haven't been working with him and he doesn't know why. Because everything used to work magically for him. And so I also see that there's solar plexus chakra activations going on. So Divine Masculine is also clearing a lot of egotistical programming when it comes to self-worth. So I feel like Divine Masculine is on a quest to actually recover his self-worth. And I feel like that's why he wants to leave. I think that once he leaves, he'll find his self-worth a lot easier. But I feel like, again, Divine Masculine doesn't exactly... he feels like he's losing his head right now. And he has to retreat. And the next card is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. But I feel like, again, he does, yeah, he's always flip-flopping. Like, he wants to return, he doesn't want to return. But I feel like, again, he knows that he has to give Divine Feminine some sort of commitment. He has to give her, I feel like he's working on an offer for her. And I feel like this offer is going to take a little bit longer because, again, Divine Masculine doesn't have all the details. But he wants to make an offer that he can't refuse. And I feel like that he won't take no for an answer, even if he did say no, Divine Feminine. He feels as though, I feel like Divine Masculine wants to show you that he's serious about you, but he doesn't exactly want to go towards you right now because he feels as though you'll just say no. So he's waiting until you're more, he feels as though you're so angry at him, and I think he's just using an excuse to stay away from you. And he also I feel like sometimes he's wondering, why exactly am I attracted to her anyway? But he can't forget about you. He's tried to forget about you. And I feel like he's tried to date other people. I feel like he's tried to he may have became a playboy just to conquer you in a way, but he hasn't done that. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine's like saying, you know what? It's just better if I just move on, or maybe I should. But I feel like he feels like men are actually looking at you and that you have a lot of options, so he really is threatened. But he also feels as though you won't exactly date because everything ends up falling apart anyway, and he feels some sort of satisfaction about it that you're not exactly finding anyone either. So, yeah. And the third to last card is the Seven of Cups. But I feel like, again, Divine Masculine does have options. I feel like, again, he's playing a field. But he's also seeing you play the field. And I think that gets him irrationally jealous because he feels as though you're supposed to be faithful and you're not supposed to exactly date other people. I feel like getting this possessiveness and this need of you to be some sort of perfect, yeah, he does see you as an angel. He does see you as above him. But he feels as though he has to be the man in a relationship, and I feel like, again, it's just his ego just getting the better of him. And I feel like, again, he just wants to escape his problems right now. I feel like, again, the reason why he's actually betting these women, it's because it's his social status. It's superficiality. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine wants to rise above that superficiality, but he's stuck in his lifestyle that he's actually chosen for himself. I feel like, again, there could be some sort of business falling apart. So even if he is a businessman, he's not exactly going to go in businessman for too much longer. And so, yeah. And the final card is the Seven of Wands. So, yeah, I feel like, again, Divine Masculine does want to come in and actually give you an offer, but he also doesn't want to do it out of jealousy and possessiveness. So I feel like, again, he's just watching at the moment. But he carries so much passion for you and so much love. And I feel like, again, he knows that time is running out, so he has to exactly be quick. I feel like, again, he's just second guessing that, knowing as well. He's just winging it when it comes to logic. He doesn't exactly want to trust his intuition. He fears his intuition. So yeah, that is it for Divine Masculine. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.